is widely said that an African influence is evident in your sculptures. Is that true? Not at all, isn't it? But many assume that there is such an influence. Perhaps when people look at my sculptures, they may get reminded of African masks, but I have not touched on it at all. Not even on a technical basis? No, not even on an aesthetic basis. Now you please take a look. Do you notice such an influence? Now that you have mentioned this, not really. It projects the doe-like eyes of our Indian women. Yes, not only the eyes, everything about it reflects the aesthetics of the culture I belong to. African masks have sharp noses, but my sculptures do not reflect that. I will not accept the premise that my sculptures are inspired by African aesthetics. You see, the features of my sculptures reflect those of the women of my land. Yes, I agree with you, but books written on your sculptures affiliate your sculptures to an African influence, though. So there was no conscious effort on your part to project an African inspiration? Yes, I have no such intention or perspective at all. But of course, I admire the originality in native African sculptures. Similarly, we have our very own originality, authenticity, and cultural background. I draw my inspiration from that. The sculptures of Mahabalipuram are also an inspiration for me. When you look at those group of women there, I get reminded of the sculptures of Mahabalipuram. But why granite? Is there a special reason for selecting granite as your medium? Isn't granite synonymous with our native soil? Other traditions do not use granite as much as we do. If you take America as an example, the usage of granite stone is not predominant. It is in India that the granite culture is thriving and is bountiful due to the abundance of mounters wherever you turn. I was taken over by this aspect. If you pursue a tour of Tamil Nadu, you will see mainly temples and temple towers that have been created with granite. Lime plaster is also combined with granite to create these temple towers, but it will be largely made of granite. Even on the temple towers, images will be carved in stone. My choice of granite as a medium is something that even I cannot avoid. You are naturally influenced by your tradition. If I am not influenced by my tradition, I am agitating the natural progression of my tradition. This is similar to how my offspring is expected to follow my mannerisms, isn't it? Just like that, my tradition is reflected in my art, and it's South Indian. When you are creating your sculptures, how would you describe your mood and your emotions? When I view a slab of stone, I will start a dialogue with it. Whenever you sculpt? No, even before I start to sculpt. When you look at this is telling me a story. I'm able to see a face in this, and it is telling me something. This is how I view my stones. Is it telling you something like, come, give me shape and form? Yes, I am observing this stone for a very long time. One day I will place it upright and view it again. That is when I can unveil the substance within it. So do you plan your sculptures, or do you create spontaneously? I will just bring to light its inherent matter. It will have my touch, only my touch, nothing else. It comes automatically. It is an automatic process. As far as I am concerned, everything that happens is not planned by me. It will come automatically. How do you do sketches? Do you do sketches? Oh, thousands of them. You can see my sketchbooks later. I paint, I do bronzes, I do stonework. Oh, you do bronzes as well. Do you still create bronze sculptures? I do bronzes when I get the time. I usually do bronzes during the summer season, as it will be quite uncomfortable for me to work outdoors due to the summer heat. I will sit indoors and create wax images for my bronzes. I am very particular about spending my time meaningfully. My mind will not allow me to while away my time. I do not waste my time, my mental energy, or my physical energy. Why do you create your hit series? Why the human figure only? This is because wherever you turn, you see people. They are everywhere. We see people when we walk by the street. When we are at a bus stop, we see groups and groups of people. Even when we are with our family, we are with people. So this inspires me. For example, when you look at this slab of stone, this particular one, what do you perceive? For instance, do you feel as if two ladies are interacting or so? No, not only two, there could be three ladies depicted in this stone slab. When we place it upright, I can perceive a group of people out of it. It depends on the size and scale of the slab of stone that I work on. When it is a large slab of stone, I can create a group of people out of it. If it is smaller, I can create a head. So by just looking at the stone slab, you'll be able to decide instantly if you will be able to create a single figure or a group of figures. Am I right? Oh yes, the decision comes to me immediately upon looking at the slab of stone. I don't plan it consciously. By far, what has been the maximum number of figures that you have sculpted on a single slab of stone? Well, up to 12 figures. In one slab of stone? Oh yes, in one slab of stone indeed, in this size. The figures will be sculpted all around the entire slab. The top of the stone will be plain with natural rock textures. Have you been to the Cholamandal artist village? Yes, there is a large sculpture of mine in that place. But I have not been there recently. When you are there, please go further into the interiors. Anyone who is stationed there will be able to help you to locate my sculpture if you request to see Dakshinamurthi's sculpture which was created during the camp. That is indeed the very first stone that I had touched to create a sculpture. Oh, really? Really? When I was creating that sculpture, a person who was assisting me had told me, "Sir, you have touched the stone, and so from now onwards, you will touch nothing else but stone." Which year was this? Please check the year when you visit the place. How about a rough idea? In the 1970s, perhaps? 1978, that was my very first stone sculpture. Before this, what was your medium in sculpture? I used terracotta and bronze. Everyone used to refer to me as a terracotta sculptor. Now I'm referred to as a stone sculptor. I am a painter basically. I studied painting. I received the opportunity to do printmaking. Yes, printmaking. I have created hundreds of prints in the printmaking technique. But you don't do it anymore? No, I don't. This is because I don't have the chance to do it. You have immersed yourself into sculpture, I guess? Yes, sculpture is convenient for me because I'm dealing with the medium in a direct manner. But in printmaking, I need to choose the medium, whether it is going to be a linocut, a woodcut, so on and so forth. The same amount of time that is spent on planning and creating a print can be utilized to create a sculpture. And so I prefer creating sculptures. So in 1978, you had come to the realization that this is your aesthetic style? Not the aesthetic style. That this is your medium? Yes, medium. How about your aesthetic style? When did you realize that the portrayal of human figures is providing you with aesthetic satisfaction? Right from the beginning. Oh, right from the beginning. Yes, from the beginning. My paintings have always been figurative. In 1962, my painting was exhibited in an exhibition on a national level. I was in my second year as a student in the Arts College. That was my first painting, and it was submitted to participate in the national exhibition by the then principal of the college, Mr. K.C. Panikar. And the painting was selected by the exhibition committee, and the painting was sold. So this became a source of encouragement for me. So it was a turning point in your life. Yes, isn't that important? Of course it is. You see, I come from an ordinary family background, not a very prominent one. In that situation, any form of help I got was indeed a great deal to me. Let's say if I get 8,000 rupees, I would create 80 paintings with that money. That was my situation. What would you consider to be your greatest challenge in art making so far? I have been thinking of doing something very challenging, but I have not done anything challenging so far. You mean your challenge has not ended and that it is continuous? Yes, every moment is challenging for me. When I take a stone slab to create, that is a challenge for me. Some people will think, what is he going to do with this stone slab? But after I sculpt on it, they tell me, Sir, I am astonished. Many people have said this to me. But will you be aware of what you are going to do with the stone? Will it just flow through you without any pre-plan? I'm not planning. I have a friend who has a quarry in Rajasthan. He had many slabs of stone that he did not want. He told me that he will give them all to me free of charge, but I would need to pay for the delivery truck. So he delivered the stones to me at the college. Upon seeing the stones, everyone was thinking, what is Dakshinamurti going to do with these? Alfonso Das asked me, what are you going to do with these? Then I told him, you just wait and see. After I had sculpted on the stone, he told me, oh, it is a challenging job you have achieved. That is something that gave me satisfaction. Of course, isn't it? Yes, indeed. Alfonso was astonished, he told. I was thinking what this man is going to do with these stone slabs, but after you had sculpted on them, I am realizing its worth and matter. This gave me immense joy. Nothing is impossible, Ma. I have to accept challenges and undertake them. I must do it and I can do it. That is the attitude which I pursue with confidence. Is there anything that you really want to do but have not done yet? I have not done anything yet, Ma. I'm still doing it. I'm still traveling. I'm not stagnating in one place. I'm a traveler. I'm continuously traveling in a full circle. I don't know when it will end. Perhaps my death will mark the end. Touch wood. Really? I'm working continuously. Everyone is asking, why is this man working hard even at this age? Well, by the way, how old are you? I'm 63, Ma. Well, you're still young. One is starting to get old only after 70. No, it is not like that. It is all in the mind.